year ago, I just had talked on risk versus opportunity, and you could see this as a huge risk that we took, or we're working on viewing it as a huge opportunity and trying to make it work. And I think that's the hard, almost, I don't want to say sad, but the reality of this business is we've said sometimes talking at night, like, if we can't make this work, like, who can? How can you? I mean, we've got some pretty, we like to think, smart, entrepreneurial minded, agricultural beef industry people on our team. And it's like, man, this is tough. But if we can't find a way to make this work, like, who's going to step in and feed people? So, but I think like CJ said, I mean, we don't have backgrounds in cutting meat and stuff. So even the other day I was there on the kill floor when they were killing on Wednesday. They did 15, 16 head, I think, and just working with our federal inspector. And she was trying to teach me things and show me what she does and what she looks for and different things. So it's, yeah, we learn something new every single day. And just working with the people, figuring out the HR stuff, the customers, I mean, there are so many things which we know, but when you take on a team, it makes a big difference as well, what you're trying to do and figure out and learn in the process.
So have you started to view your ranch and what you do on the ranch differently now that you are on the processing side? Has there been a shift in your viewpoint?
No, not, it's not like we're just like, oh, we're going to finish everything. I think everything has a value on cattle side and what's worth more and what's worth less. We will consistently keep some beef supplied going that direction. But if it doesn't pay to finish something, we're going to, we'll change that a little bit. You can't just turn it on dime, but, I guess I don't really think it's changed my mind any. But we're into it at 8, 9 months. So, maybe a year from now, I'll look back and be like, oh yeah, we did change a bunch of stuff. I haven't for sure said, yeah, we're changing something. This is the new deal. We maybe 1 year will buy a bunch of calves and run some yearlings and then finish them, or just kind of always looking at the numbers and seeing what makes sense to where to take animals, how far to take them and stuff on weight. So,
what about you, Calli? Has your viewpoint changed about anything you do on the ranch or how you view the whole system?
Not overly, actually, I would say, but I think that's because we've always worked so hard on doing a good job at home, and then you can see those quality cattle show up. CJ does an incredible job feeding cattle. I mean, we fed our own, whether it's just backgrounding or finishing, but then we feed a lot of other people's cattle. So he knows what he's doing when he's feeding, and that shows up in the butcher shop, which is pretty cool. I mean, we take pride in having well-finished quality cattle, incredible beef to provide consumers. And once in a while, we'll get some that come through, and it's, when you see them hanging in the cooler, you can tell what we want, what our customers prefer, and then maybe what somebody, they don't really know quite how to finish, or they're doing it differently, which to each their own. But I think that's been a unique thing just to think about and to actually notice, see the difference, taste the difference, which we knew about, of course. But we've just always done a good job, I guess, caring for our cattle, whether it's when they're out grazing or if it comes to figuring out vaccination programs or what needs to happen, what doesn't need to happen, and things like that, because the customers are asking. They come in and they ask those questions, and we definitely get the opportunity to teach a lot on that.
What have maybe been some, I mean, I know you were already selling direct to consumer, so you were already having some of those conversations, but were there any customer or consumer viewpoints, questions, concerns that were new for you or you maybe didn't think about before?
A lot of them are probably similar. A huge one out there, a lot of people ask, are they grass finished, or are they on grass? And it's like, well, people don't realize that a majority of cattle are raised on grass. It just depends on those last few months, how they're finished and stuff. And so kind of having that conversation, I've got some great materials in the retail office where people can read about that, from environmental or grass versus grain, and just even vaccines, hormones, all of those different things. So sometimes that comes up, but it's probably not as often as you think either. People are I think there's almost a shift too in just health for people. Um, I'm maybe not surprised, but the number of people that come in and talk about carnivore, that are just wanting, whether they're straight up eating meat or adding it to their diet because they know it's a healthy choice, that's pretty fun and exciting to see. People coming in, telling stories about what they've seen, eating more and more meat and their results. And I think that's pretty cool.